Happy Saturday, good afternoon. We are here in the tribe's yoga class. We are going to go ahead and get started with a full class, or somewhat full class. I kind of got the feeling that that's more of what everyone was looking for. So you're going to want to have your mat, bare feet, and it is always easier, especially once we progress into any postures that are standing that require you to be able to grip your mat. One thing I did want to show you is that if you don't have a mat or don't have space to store a mat, even though they do roll up, they make these socks. You can get them off of Amazon. So they're toe socks. I usually use these when I do like Pilates or bar, but pretend these are my feet. Your toes go in. This is sticky here, so it acts as a mat. They also sell gloves. They have them on Amazon. So we went over the props already earlier this week. So you're going to want to have your props available, whether that's stacked up blankets or you actually have your props. But what I want you to do now is I want you to go ahead and we are going to start just warming up the body. And when we went over the Ujjayi breath, we know that that is a way to warm up our body. So let's just go ahead and start with that. In through the nose, out through the nose, that very audible breath. And with each exhale, I want you to release anything that's on your mind at the current moment. Clear your mind of all your thoughts, your to-do list for the next period of time. This is for you. Inhale, draw that air in, bring it all the way down to your diaphragm. Hold it for just a second as you slowly release the breath. Now on that next exhale, I want you to slowly, just naturally let your head drop. Chin to chest, don't force it. We're just lengthening out that top part of the spine. On that next inhale, we're going to bring your head back up to neutral. With your next exhale, so breathe in really deep. Remember, go all the way down to the diaphragm. As you exhale, you're going to drop your head down to your shoulder. Ear to shoulder, not shoulder to ear. Lengthening out that neck. On that next inhale, we're going to bring it back up to center. And as you exhale, dropping it down to the opposite side. Ear to shoulder, not shoulder to ear. As you inhale, come back to neutral. As you exhale, third eye to the sky. Inhaling nice and deep. Exhaling, bringing your head back to neutral. Allow your arms to fall to their sides. As you inhale, bring the shoulders up. Now shoulders to ears. Exhale, bringing them back and around. And we're going to repeat that 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders back and around. Our last time, inhale, shoulders up. And back and around on that exhale. We're going to move in the opposite direction now. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, forward and around. And one more. Good. We're back to our neutral. Make sure we're evenly on those sit bones if we had any movement with those shoulders. Now inhale, bring those arms up just to shoulder height. And we're just going to make some rotation on those wrists. 5 times inward. Right. 5 times outward. Good. Bring it to neutral. Now I'm mirroring you, so we're going to have our right arm, your right hand planted to the floor, left arm comes up, reach, and a slight reach, lengthening out. Inhale, lift. Bring the opposite arm to match the extended arm. Exhale and lower. That one's extended arm, so we're switching. As we inhale, go ahead and root the palm of the hand into the floor. Exhale, extend and reach into the sky. And slight bend. Inhale, come back to your neutral position. Exhale and lower down. Good. So we're going to go ahead and start with some leg extensions just to loosen up those hamstrings. So we're going to take the right leg, sitting up nice and tall. Make sure your weight is still evenly distributed on your sit bones. Sometimes they're harder to find. You might need to move a little bit, but once you're there, you know. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. That right leg is extended, but your knee is slightly bent. And extended could be here, could be knee bent. So whatever is most comfortable for you at this time. This is where our strap can also come in handy. You just loop it around the foot. So we're going to inhale, But first, we're going to come down forward, keeping those sit bones on the ground. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, deepen your stretch. Now, while you're doing this, make sure that your facial muscles remain relaxed, because once those tighten up, the rest of your body tightens up. So we're going to inhale and exhale, slowly bring it up. Good. So our next inhale, arms up. And we're going to exhale, slight rotation towards the leg. Exhale and come down. And we're trying to bring the nose to the knee. Eventually, hopefully we'll all get there. At one point in time I was there, but we're all a work in progress. So not only are you feeling a stretch in the back of your leg, but you'll also feel that stretch along the back. So that's your latissimus dorsi. That is going to go ahead and stretch as well. We're going to inhale and lift, rotate back to neutral, and exhale. Good. Let's go ahead and switch those legs. Reposition yourself on your sit bones. Make sure that your leg is straight. If you can get it straight, if you can't, then you're going to go ahead and bend it if you have to. I just want to make sure that if you're straight, you're not locked. Music just got really loud. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower down. Once we're there, on your next inhale, I want you to lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, deepen the stretch. On your next inhale, begin to slowly come up, finishing the breath with rounding the shoulders and coming back to neutral. On your next inhale, lifting the arms up, slight rotation. Exhaling, come down, reaching out. Inhale. Lengthen your spine. As you exhale, deepen that stretch. And on your next breath, slowly begin to round up, bringing yourself back to center. Nice deep breath. Now I want you to, 1 second, just want to turn this down just a little bit. Hold on. Okay, you could have used that time to get some water if you needed to. Okay, so we want to go ahead and stretch out the inner thigh and groin area. So we're going to come into a bound angle. So we're going to go ahead and take right foot in, left foot in, heels together, bottoms of the feet together, toes together. Hold on to the toes if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. So we're bent here. Inhale, we're gonna lift up. You can also hold the ankles if you want. I sometimes, even though I can hold the toes, like to hold the ankles just to help, because then on your exhale, I want you to lower your knees as much as you can, and we're gonna open up the inner thigh, that groin area, sitting up nice and tall. Good. We're going to go ahead and release. We're going to kick your feet out to the side, and we're going to come onto all fours. We're going to stretch out the back. So when you're on all fours, or in that tripod pose position, you want to make sure that the palms of your hands go directly underneath your shoulders, and your knees are directly underneath your hips. Your toe knuckles are into the floor, your tops of feet are into your floor. Now we're going to go into cat-cow. So for cat, I want you to inhale, tuck your tailbone, and push your palms into the floor, tuck your chin. Exhale, release, place your tailbone to the sky, third eye to the sky. Inhale, tuck the tailbone.
If you're a pro, Lowe's knows your job hasn't stopped.
And exhale.
Supplies you need to make repairs and keep people's homes running smoothly at this important time.
Inhale.
Curbside order, to job site delivery, to savings on the products you need most.
And exhale. Good. I want you to separate the knees just a little bit. So you're going to go a little bit further than hip width apart. Inhale. And as you exhale, lower your sit bones to your heels. Reach out. Forehead to the floor if you can. This is where a block comes in handy, or your blankets. And this is child's pose, and I am going to talk while you're in that, just because you won't be able to hear me if my mouth is facing the mat. But your child's pose, and I want you to stay there for a few breaths. Your child's pose is a restorative posture. This is where you'll go if any of the positions that we are in that we're relatively close to the floor, if they get too much, you'll stop and go into child's pose. I'll show you your restorative posture in a standing position, which was the first posture we went through. It was mountain pose. So on your next breath, your inhale, you're going to set up, and as you exhale, you're just going to come back to your hands and knees position. I want you to turn your toes into the floor. So you're going to flex your feet. Your toes are into the floor. You're going to slowly come back, hips to heels. Then you're slowly up. You're going to push through into a forward fold. Now, your forward fold, if you cannot touch the floor, you can use your props, or you can just come hands on thighs. We're going to lengthen. Now we're going to go ahead and place a slight bend in the knee. Gently roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders, and then the head. Good. So now we're coming into mountain. I'm going to step to the top of my mat. You can do the same, because if you're at the back of the mat, you'll have no room to go, nowhere to go. So we're going to go ahead and step to the top of the mat, come into our mountain pose. Now remember that is heels rooted to the floor, fingertips pointing down. And again, your heels and your toes should be together in mountain, but if you're having stability issues, 2 inches apart, nice and tall. Remember the breath. So we're going to inhale, lift those arms up. Exhale, lengthen, reach to the sky. And inhale, reach a little bit further. Exhale into forward fold. Inhale, slight lift up. Exhale, release down. Bending the knees if you have to. Okay, if your hands can't reach the floor. On your next breath, take your right foot back to a lunge position. No matter how, you take as many steps as you need. Next breath, when you're ready, your other leg back. We're now in plank. Plank again, remember, your palms are directly underneath your shoulders. And if you need to, go ahead, bring those knees to the floor. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine, pull that navel in. And now chaturanga, we're going to slowly lower down, toe knuckles into the floor. As you inhale, lift up, upward facing dog. Next exhale brings you back down. Toes come back up into the floor. Good. Let's come to our hands and knees. Now from the hands and knees position, I want you to root those palms into the floor. Toes are into the floor. Knees are directly underneath the shoulders. I want you to, as you inhale, lift your tailbone to the sky. Slowly we're moving into downward dog. So inhale, slowly lift the tailbone to the sky. As you exhale, lengthen the legs and slowly push back. Palms are rooted into the floor and your arms frame your head. Shoulders are down and spine is lengthened. If you need to, knees are bent. Taking in a few breaths. And then slowly bringing your knees to the floor, toe knuckles to the floor, hips to heels, forehead to the floor. Restorative posture in child's pose. So you're going to take a few breaths there. In your next few breaths, I want you to slowly walk your hips to your heels. We're in a seated hero's pose. Bring your palms to the floor. We're going to slowly work ourselves into a forward fold again. So we're going to slowly come up, push the heels into the floor, and slowly round up, one vertebrae at a time. So when we say one vertebrae at a time, I want you to think about stacking, or how I used to say, when you're laying a nice strand of pearls, take them off and you just lay them down and one pearl comes down at a time. That's what I want you to think about, as you're raising your spine one vertebrae at a time. It's just placing them gently, one on top of the other. We're going to go through the sequence one more time. Step to the top of your mat in mountain pose. Rooting your heels into the floor. Each toe has its own place on the floor. As you inhale, lifting the arms up. As you exhale, lengthen and reach, keeping those shoulders down. Inhale, lift a little further. Exhale into forward fold. Inhale, slight look up. Exhale, release down. Good. Walk yourself into that plank position, one foot back and then the other, holding in our plank, whether it's full plank or modified with knees on the floor. Inhale. As you exhale, chaturanga, slowly lower down. Toe knuckles into the floor. Inhale, lift upward facing dog. Turn your toes. Lower down. Good. Hands and knees. We're still going to modify coming into this posture. Inhale, push your palms into the floor. Exhale, lift the tailbone up. Inhale, push the heels back and let the arms frame the head. With your next breath, lower slowly to the floor, knees to the floor, toe knuckles to the floor, hips to heels, forehead to the floor. And with your next breath, slowly come up, hips to heels, again in that seated hero's pose. But we're not staying there long. I want you to go ahead and come into a comfortable seated position. Right? So weight is evenly distributed on those sit bones. We're just nice and quiet. You should close your eyes. I want you to just focus on the breath. Focus on the Ujjayi breath. In through the nose. Out through the nose. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Continue with the breath. With the next exhale, slowly drop your head down, chin to chest. And bring it back to neutral on that exhale. Now I want you to bring your feet up, and we're going to slowly lay back into corpse pose. I'm going to stay upright because I am going to guide you through your final posture. But I want you guys to slowly roll back. So you'll take the back of your legs here and help you slowly roll back or go back into that position however you feel comfortable. Now, if you are not comfortable, you're chilly, you can bring something to put on you. So we'll hang on for just 1 second if anyone wants to grab some water or grab something to cover themselves with before we go into final posture. And I hope you guys do not recall hearing a Lowe's commercial in the background. I was using my Pandora on my TV in order to get music for you guys, and I was trying to time when the commercials were coming, and I missed that one, but I spoke over it, so hopefully you didn't hear it. Okay, so hope everyone has had their glass of water, drink of water. They have anything that they need if they're a little chilled. And I want you to slowly bring yourselves back into a laying down position as if you were going to go to sleep. So I want you to go ahead and do that. And I want you to close your eyes. So go ahead and close your eyes. Get comfortable. All right. So I want you to re-find your breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, still going nice and deep. Close your eyes. Relax your mind. Clear it of all thoughts. If a thought comes into your mind, acknowledge it and let it go. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyes. Let them fall into their sockets. Relax all of your facial muscles and unclench your teeth. Soften your shoulders. Let them melt into the floor. Releasing any tension in the arms. Relaxing all the way down to the tips of the fingers. Relax your chest muscles. Open your heart. Relax your tummy. Let the air move freely in almost a hypnotic motion. As you inhale, the air moves in. when you're ready, come onto your side in the fetal position, moving ever so slowly, and let your body tell you when it's ready to move. Keeping your eyes closed. Once you're on your side, you'll slowly bring yourself into the seated position. Keeping your eyes closed with a slight bow to the head, hands placed together in prayer position, thumbs to the heart. Eyes are closed. Inhale. And exhale. Lift the bow to the head. Slowly open one eye at a time. Return to your normal breath. And stay here as long as you'd like. I hope you enjoyed this class. We moved through a few postures, and we are slowly moving and learning together our sun salutation. I hope you all have a great Saturday, a great weekend. I love you all. Namaste.